Okay, so we're ready to move on. And let me get the instruction sheet out. So we did the nacelles and we did the primary hull. So we're going to move on to the secondary hull. Now when it comes to the Enterprise in Strange New Worlds, let me show you guys, we did the primary hull. We got the, which one is this one? This is the starboard nacelle. And we got the port nacelle. When it comes to the Enterprise, it's like, there are a few sections on a ship that are brightly lit, like on the top of the primary hull. Over here, like they have the windows that are on the top and on the side, but we couldn't do that because of the size of the ship. There's not a whole lot noticeable on the secondary hull. When it comes to the decals, they do have decals along with the Aztecing for the, I saw the saucer pylon. Where is it? Even on a secondary hull, there aren't a lot of windows. And obviously there are windows on the ship. It's just the way the film or it's made to look in the series, there's just not a lot. You can see we've got the saucer pylons, and the biggest thing I noticed, there are no windows. And obviously on screen she has windows. Because it's so small, I don't think I'm gonna put windows just because it wouldn't look right. We can drill, and then we can put the fiber optics in, but there's very little room in the saucer pylon. Very little. If anything, if we do put a light in, I can put a light in here, and we can use that specifically for the running lights. Maybe the observation deck over the shuttle bay, maybe one on the bottom, and we can run fiber optics from the light to make it at least light up a little bit. Of course, the one underneath in the back, although we might not be able to do that. And let's see, that's everything on this tree. Alright, let's clean these off a little bit. These are the parts that are going to go up into the primary hull. And other than that, this is really nice and clean. Same thing with that. Like I said, the biggest problem that we're going to have is getting the wires in, and we're going to have to get everything connected. So we're going to have to do the let's see if we're going to need to drill. They don't give a lot of room. Yeah, see, there's just about zero room. But at least when it comes to the wires, they should be able to be okay, because we use the 30 gauge. All right. And because of this so tiny, I think I'm going to have to 86 the light inside. It's just too small. So we're going to have to think about getting all the wires in. So I think what we can do is we can think about running the nacelles in. And remember, we had fished the wires through the little holes, and it's going to work out nice because the nacelle pylons actually have, look at that, they've got the decals, so that's going to help to hide the wires, and that's going to be in the final assembly. But for now, we're going to get the secondary hull going. All right, so what I want to do first off is we're going to run the wires for the nacelle, and we're going to run them right through the ship. Oh, wrong way. And we're going to put these where we can bring it all together. All right, I'm going to have to put a little bit of an opening. I'm going to do just a little bit of an opening for the wires to pass, but I'm going to do it more on the inside where it's not going to show. So I'll show you guys what I mean. We got to actually drill it. We'll do that for both sides. So I'm going down in between. Because it is open, but in order for the wires to pass, I want to be able to get the wires to look clean, and for that we're going to run it through the bottom. See how they're going to go into that little channel that we just made? So I'm going to go ahead might have to open up it just a bit, but you can see how the starting to look. There, it's a little better. See how the inside, we have to channel it out for the wires. There, I think I can glue that into place like that, and that'll look pretty good. All right, so let's get some of the glue. Alright. So we got to make sure that the wires are snug through. And well, that's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to put, let's do a little drop on the inside as well. Yeah. All right, let's put that aside. We're going to let that dry, and while that's drying, we're going to do the same thing for the starboard side. Again, we got to open up this area on the inside. See how that looks. And again, we got to pass the wires through. And again, we got to make sure that the wires are coming through. And let's go ahead and we're going to glue this into place. And I'm going to put some glue on the inside. That's going to look pretty cool. Okay, let's put this aside to dry. Now, when it comes to the saucer section, the parts of the saucer pylon are going to go up inside. Let's see how we're doing with this one. So this This is pretty solid. And again, guys, see how what I was talking about? There's not a lot of room in here at all. But what I got to do is I got to nip right in over there so we can have the wires pass from the primary hull. But I can only nip enough to make an opening. I cannot go through. And if I do this on both sides, it should be enough. There. And let's do the same thing for the other side. There. Now we're going to have a place for the wires to go. So what we need to do, see, first of all, how it's going to go. And we're going to have the little area. So what I need to do is I want to open up this area a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to just square off the areas because the paint kind of closed it in a bit. And at the same token, I'm going to point out, or point, make these a little bit more. Now when this goes in, see? And what we're going to do is I'm not sure if we got to make all these. We're going to have all the wires come together. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tuck them in here, bring the pieces together. There. Just enough to get the wires through. Here we are. Because don't forget, we still need to do the feed. Alright, so let's bring these down. These are way too long, so I'm going to bring them to right about here. And we're going to strip these. Alright. This is going to be for the starboard side. And we're going to have to bring down these from the primary hull, so let's bring them down to about here. Same thing, we got to be very careful. Alright, so this looks good. So this is going to go up this way. And we got to make sure the wires are coming through the opening that I specifically made. Alright, that looks good. So now let's do the other side. Alright. And we're going to need to do the feed. So we're going to use blue and green. Blue and brown, excuse me. And I'm going to make these a mile long just because we can. I'd rather have way too much than not enough. So there's the positive. There's the negative. Alright, that looks good. So we're going to take all of the blues. They're all the positives. All right. And you know what we're going to do? Instead of soldering or taping, I want to use our friend Mr. Glue Gun. Because glue gun is going to do, it's going to make sure that the wires are going to be held together securely. While we're waiting for that to get warm, we're going to do the same thing with the negative wire. And we're going to cut the end. And we're going to cut the end of this one as well. Okay guys, what we need to do now is we need to make sure everything's working. So why don't I go ahead and I'm going to light it up for you. So hopefully you guys can see everything is working fine. So what we need to do now is we actually need to close up the secondary hull. Make sure that this is all set. So I put a drop of glue to hold the saucer nacelle, the saucer pylon on, and then in a minute I'm probably gonna have to clamp up the bottom of the secondary hull. But you'll see how she's starting to come together. All right, so I'm gonna clamp that, and I hope it doesn't fly. Think about the base. Now, like I had said, when I had done the base, I ended up getting some overspray on the black with the silver, and I actually think it looked pretty good. So why don't we go ahead and snip it off the tree. Here we are. It looks good. Just kind of round this off. Yeah, looks pretty good. Alright, so we take this section, and it's got that little ball and socket where we can pose the ship. And that's over here. Here we are. You see the hole that's for the section that's going to go into the hull of the ship. And this goes on like that. Here. Okay. There's a couple of areas I need to clamp now. So we need to, let's see. So when it comes to the to this section, I'm talking about the landing bay. You can see how it's kind of bulbous, and this is going to go into the back. So let's take this off of the tree. And put that to the side for a minute. And when it comes to the deflector dish, you see how it looks almost goldish. So they have this listed as 26. What is that? Gold. So it is gold. So we're going to use the tester's gold. So let's get the housing off the tree. See how we got the shuttle bay on? So we took the clamp off on the front, and what I want to do is I want to put the deflector dish housing in. So let's make sure. I think this is going to be smooth. Really, that's just about all we can do right now. We're going to use the glue, the gold, and we're going to do the deflector dish. But I'm going to wait until we take it off, and we're going to actually put it on, and then we're going to paint it. See, both of the nacelles are working, and we got both of the chiller grills that are lit, and basically, we got to wait for everything to dry. And when everything is dry, we're going to go on to, we'll do the final assembly. We'll do the deflector dish, we'll paint it up, and then we're going to put the Aztecing on. Then we'll give it a final coat of the protective sealant. But that's it for this video, my friends. So this is the completion. We got the secondary hull together. We got the wires, everything wired together. We got it in place. We got it coming out the bottom of the secondary hull. And we're ready to finish it up. So my friends, the next video, we'll be finishing up this model. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.